Alam nyo, napakamahal po yung production eh. Pero palakpak yun, napakahina. Good morning, everybody. We can do better than that. Good morning, everybody. Look at the person beside you and greet that person good morning.
Good morning.
Pagtagal na po ako, gumagawa ng mga speeches and training and seminar. Ngayon lamang po ako na-experience na yung nag-introduce sa akin ay birthday celebrant. At dahil kat-birthday ko po ngayon, sa inyo ko naman po. Happy latest book po. Thank you. 600 pesos po yan. It's a great pleasure for me to be here and I'm so excited to be with you. Ask me why. Kasi I can't wait to share some ideas and spend some time with the leaders, and these are so leaders of the co-op. They are so intelligent, they are so glamorous, and they are so smart. Do you agree? Yes. One more thing, they look so rich. Raise up your right hand, everybody. Raise up your right hand. All across. Kanan pa yung right, kanan. Gently tap the shoulder of the person to your right. Look at that person and say, "You look so glamorous and beautiful." Kaliwang kamay naman po. Kaliwang kamay. Tap the shoulder person to your left. Look at that person and say, "Sinungaling ka naman." I love being kanina po sa labas. Akala ng mga tao sa kabila, ako yung speaker nila. Ako, hindi po ako speaker nyo. Insurance company po yan, client yan. Ano ba hindi ako speaker nyo? Yung mga audience ko, gagana, gaganda ng suot. Kayo, hindi. So, you're so fashionable. Do you agree? Raise up your left hand, really. Don't worry, marami kang gagawin. Have the shoulder person to your left. Look at that person and say, "You look so fashionable and rich." Kanan tayo! Kanan! Look at that person and say, "Bayaran mo na yung utang mo."
Ego, masata na mo.
I love being in a room of people like you. People who run things. People who carry the responsibility on their shoulders for thousands of members, for staff, for communities, for the next generation that will inherit what you have built. Let me say something I genuinely mean. The cooperative movement in this country is one of the quiet miracles of the Philippine economic history. Walang masyadong drama, walang masyadong ingay, pero gusto nilang drama, manood na kayo ng TV sa news. While the big conglomerates, mga client kaya, they dominate the headlines. You have been here 60 years building and serving and lending and organizing and lifting families out of poverty, putting children through school, helping farmers buy their tractors, small entrepreneurs open their first store. Mahina po ang negosyo ngayon dahil po doon sa Mickey's situation. Halos lahat ng kliyente ko ay hindi po maganda ang performance. Marami po mga engagements na postpone. Ako nga po, 30% ng engagements ko, hindi nila sinasabing cancel, postpone towards the last quarter of the year. Kaya po, makapag-organize tayo na 1,200 plus, sabi ni Ma'am President kanina, at pagkatapos, medyo nag-research ko ng konti, kumuha ko kayo ng tulong, Sinundo yung iba, sinatay, dinala dito. Ayun naman talaga ang trabaho ng cooperative. We love each other, isn't it? Are you happy you're here?
Yes.
Ako, I'm very happy I'm here with you. And I have a couple of ideas I want to share with you which I hope you're going to find useful. Ang nagawa niyo po in 60 years, you did it without IPOs, without venture capital, without the noise, just member by member, community by community, year after year. That's not a small thing. Matagal na akong negosyante hanggang ngayon nasa negosyo. Hindi ko umibilib sa mga negosyong biglang tumataas, mayaman. Ang tinitignan ko po, sustainable ba yung success nila? Success, yung tunay na success po, dalawang ingredients po ang daladala niya. Number one, success has to be sustainable. Everybody say sustainable.
Sustainable.
60 years na yan, sustainable ba?
Yes.
Yeah. Number two, success has to be replicable. Everybody say replicable. Nag-grow dapat yan. Nag-grow ba, Master?
Yes.
Yan. Kaya po ang negosyo, hindi po ako believe, malakas ka ngayon, pero after a few years na wala na, kung ang negosyo, kung ang organization, kung ang kooperatiba ay hindi po nag-grow na may sustainability at replicability, may tawag po tayo dyan. Ang tawag natin dyan is the Filipino scientific term called chamba. We don't want chamba. We want something that is sustainable. To celebrate 60 years is to celebrate something remarkable. Most institutions in the Philippines do not last 60 years. Are you kidding me? Most businesses do not last 60 months. The fact that MasSpec is still here, still strong, still carrying more than 1,300 leaders in this room, most of them, ang sipag talaga ng tiga-MasSpec, naniwala ko. Kahapon ko dumating ako eh. Nakikita ko na silang lahat sa shopping mall. To have all of you here, that means somebody is doing the right thing. So before I say anything else, let me say this. Thank you for what you have built. Thank you for what you have preserved. For the families whose lives are better because cooperatives exist in this country. Now, having said that, ito naman po ang challenge. The next 60 years will not look like the first 60 years. And the cooperatives that will still matter in 2086, the cooperatives that your grandchildren will lead are the cooperatives that will be honest about what is changing. What are they? Brave enough to adapt, disciplined enough to remember who they are while they do their stuff. That's what I'm going to be sharing with you for the next few moments. I won't pretend I have all the answers. I just happen to be a business person and I have had the privilege of speaking with some of you in the past. Can I see the hands of those who belong to Tagum Cooperative? Sa kamay. Ay, madalas po magpadala sila ng mga delegates na ma-attend mga leadership seminar ko po. Sino po sa inyo naka-attend ng seminar ko ng ano? Yun. Pakiulit na kung ano yung natutunan ko. I will not pretend to have all the answers, but I'm a business person. I observe. Trabaho ko yan. Because I teach, I have to understand what things are doing. And so, if you're ready to learn, say I'm ready. Let me start with the first principle of leadership. Mentoring today has to be a two-way street. Ngayon, hindi na po one-way. Hindi na po pwedeng sabihin, dahil matagal na ako rito, matanda ako sa iyo, ako lang ang may alam, kayo mga bata wala na alam, hindi na po ngayon. Ibang-iba na ang dynamics ngayon ng mga organization. As a matter of fact, yung pong team namin, lahat po sila ay Generation Z. At ang bagong hire pa lamang po, si She's 24 years old, cum laude ng St. Benil Hospitality Course. Ngunit ang trabaho niya ngayon ay TikTok and social media management. Nagbabago ang mundo. Sa kanila po ako natututo. Bilang isang negosyante at bilang isang leader, ang laging hinahanap ko po ay motion. Dapat may kilos, gumagalaw. At my age right now, by the way, Ma'am, you are just, ang difference ng birthday ko at saka birthday niyo, mga May 20 po ako. Opo. Ibalik niyo na yung libro. So, lagi po ako may emotion, lagi gumagalaw. Kasi kung hindi ako gagalaw, mapapatiwanan ako eh. Alam niyo mo ba, dahil dito sa mga batang to, dahil sila nag-mentor sa akin, at pwede ko ba ikwento sa inyo kung ano yung dalawang adventure pinasukan ko late last year? Ha? Dahil sa kanila, I'm happy to officially inform Maspec and everybody else here, I am now an official TikToker and YouTuber. Ito yung mga pinag-interview ko. I used to have 26 years, Monday to Friday, radio segment na aking tinerminate na 3 years ago. Nilipat ko sa Spotify. In 3 months, na-surpass yung combined viewership and listenership accumulated in 26 years and 3 months lamang. Iba na. Takbo lang mundo ngayon. Can I give you, tignan niyo po, yung mga YouTube na in-interview ko, grabe, hanggang ngayon, pinakamataas na view pa rin si Joe Marie Chan. Nasurpass niya lahat ng generation eh. I'm so proud of him. He's been my friend. At ako po ay excited na malapit na po siya bumangon. Magse-September na po. Can I give you a little bit of my personal background? You know, this country knows me to be a speaker, and a columnist, and a book author, and a trainer, and a broadcaster, and social media, and an influencer. All of those things I am. But what they don't know, matagal na ako negosyante, hanggang ngayon negosyante pa rin ako. In 1985, nakapag-invento po ako ng isang jeans brand. Gumagawa kami ng jeans, jackets, and shirts dahil yung po ang panahon na umuusbong yung isang industriya, ang tawag natin po ay RTW. Ano yung RTW? Yun, nag-invento po ako ng isang local jeans brand, sumikat po na. 17 years kong hinawakan yan, every single year profitable. Nung umalis na ako sa industriya niyan in 2003, 2004, hanggang ngayon, kilala pa rin yung brand na yan. Susubukan ko po ngayon kung kilala niyo pa yung brand ko. Okay lang? Test tayo ha. Clue. Ang naging models ko nung araw, Joe Marie Chan, tsaka Maneuverse. Sino po sa inyo nakakaalala pa ng brand na pinasikat ko? Ang brand ko ay Company B. Higher. Yan. Yung mga nagtaas po ng kamay, kabatchmate ko yan eh. Pag-didis ko pa kami, nagsasalsa ng araw. Pagkatapos, nagpunta po ako sa retail. Napasok po yung kaibigan ko may-ari ng Luzerne. Luzerne is a store that sells the most expensive Swiss luxury watch. Doon bumibili yung mga contractor. And then, may pinasok kami Italian jeans brand, napasok ako sa retail. So, ay yung replay man po napunta sa Kaustan. Ngunit ngayon, independent director po ako sa isang retail chain dito lang, nakikita niyo yung mga tindahan namin. It's called Primer. Ang mga tindahan pinapatakbo po namin ay restaurant, travel club, ROX, Brad Pack, Allbirds, N. At yung mga brand na amin dinidistribute sa Southeast Asia ay Birkenstock, Columbia, Herschel, Tumi, Hyundai. Thank you. Wala po akong giveaway ngayon. And then, sino po naman ang iligan or CDO? Tara sa kamay. Yung po factory namin, nasa likod ng Maria Cristina Falls, it's called Mabuhay Vinyl. Japanese owned na ngayon. So nakikita ko yung movement. Napapag-aralan ko ang negosyo. At pinakamahalaga, nakikita ko yung mga challenges ahead. Bago po nangyari yung mga Middle East war na yan, may mga challenges na tayo. By the way, I forgot to tell you, yung pong dalawang consultancy company na aking tinatakbo after I left the jeans industry, yung isa po ay Inspire Leadership. Tama po si Sir, ako nagdala kay Dr. John Maxwell dito sa Pilipinas ng araw. Ito naman po isa, may employer na po ako ngayon. Ako po ay nagtatrabaho sa aking bunsong anak. Siya may hawak ng success. At ang aming success officers po ay na-awardan one of the best stakeholders ng Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas dahil sa trade. Gagamitin po ito yung pagkakataon na ibalita sa inyo, hindi po lahat ng government agency ay corrupt, ha? Ang BSP ay isa sa mga pinaka-professional, pinaka-mahigpit sa governance, lahat po. Kaya nga sila binabatigos dahil hindi mo kayang galawin yung integridad nila. And secondly, sila po ay ginagala. So, that's enough for my business background. May sinabi po itong si Edward Lutwa. Anong sinabi niya? He said, we are living through surprise after surprise after surprise. Just when we think we had all the big surprises for a while, along comes another one. Laos na po yung K-drama. S-drama na po ngayon. Ano yun? Sine-drama. Every day you get surprised. Ano na naman yan? Sa negosyo, ganun din. In fact, ang dami pong disruption. Pwede po ba umamin? Pwede mag-confess? Pag mag-confess ako, can you promise me you'll keep it yourself? Hindi nyo ikakala? Ito po ang confession ko. Napaka-bobo ko po talaga pagdating sa artista, basketballista, boksingero. Wala kasi akong hilig dun eh. Ang hilig ko, news. Nakatutok lagi ako sa balita. I want to know what's happening. I want to understand. That's why I always watch CNN and Fox News for entertainment. And I watch Bloomberg for reality. Ang pinaka-favorite newscaster ko sa Bloomberg at mamang to, yan. His name is David Ingles. Papa, nung minsan, habang nagtatapi po ako, ang ini-interview niya yung former governor ng BSP, si Ben Diokno. Pagkatapos, sabi niya, Gov! Gov! Pinoy lang gumagawa niyan. Ano tawag natin sa governor? Gov! Ano tawag natin sa vice president? Vice! Di ba? Tagalog, bisyo. Di ba? Pagkatapos, sabi po ni governor, sabi ni David Ingles, Go! Pinoy po ako! Kaya naman pala magaling. Pagkatapos, lumingon siya sa partner niya, pagkatapos sinabi niya, wala ka pa napapansin? Lahat ng mga subject matter experts, SME, lahat ng mga KOL nating key opinion leaders, lahat ng mga billionaires in US dollars, lahat ng mga chief executive, president, chairman, when they ask them one question, walang may confidence na magbigay ng magandang sagot. All their answers are intermittent, non-definitive. Bakit? Walang kumpiyansa. Ano yung tanong niya? What are your projections for the rest of the year? Sabi, hindi naman sinasagot. Diba? Sanay tayo dyan eh. Maraming mga ganyan sa TV, maraming sinasabi, wala naman sinasagot. And so sabi niya, why is it that they don't have the confidence? Mapapahiya sila eh, sikat sila eh. Magbibigay ka ng projection, biglang papasukin ngayon ng Russia yung Ukraine, biglang sasabot ngayon yung Iran. Are you following me? Kaya they do not have confidence. The only people who are confident, the only people who are cocksure are the feng shui masters. We are now entering the year of the wooden cockroach. Diba? Wala pong cockroach invasion. Sino po yung pinakasikat na feng shui master sa Pilipinas? Master Hans, kaibigan ko yan. Ito na yung itsura niya. Taken last year. Nung nakita ko siya, tinanggal niya na yung bigote niya, binago na yung itsura niya. Palagay ko, duda ko lang to, hindi ko sure ha. Palagay ko, nasa witness protection program na siya. Bakit po? Siya po ang nagsisigaw. This will be the best year for business! COVID-19 yun. Ang pagkakaiba lamang po ng mga feng shui master ngayon, bakit inaaral ng mga feng shui master ngayon? Mukhang ekonomista. Sasabihin nila, yung poste sa bahay mo ay hindi tumatapat doon sa bitanan niya, pero pag-aralan mo yung tarif ni Donald Trump, ha? Galing ka. Ang pagkakaiba lamang po ng feng shui master ngayon, meron na silang TikTok live account sa Gcash. The best way to describe the current business situation is everything, everywhere, all at once. Yung po ang nanalong pelikula na laging Best Oscar Award na galing po dito kay si Michelle Yeoh nanalo ng Best Actress Award. Mamaya hanap yung ticket. And so, ito po yan, di ba? Bakit? Noong araw, pag nakakatanggap ka ng pressure at challenge, patagalan yan, isang direksyon. Boom! Asian financial crisis. Yan! Di ba? Tapos, haharapin na yan. Ngayon, tatanggap ka ng Middle Eastern group, may local disruption, meron demographic disruption, meron technology disruption. Everything is happening at the same time. Are you following me? And that is the reason why, kahit wala pa po itong mga drama na to, may disruptions na tayo hinaharap. Let me tell you kung ano yung mga disruptions talaga na hinaharap natin bilang isang bansa. 1. Economic and geopolitical disruption. 2. The technology disruption. 3. Demographic disruption. 4. Climate disruption. 5. Cyber risk disruption. And so, ulit. Ito, talagang affected tayo. Number 1, economic geopolitical disruption, technology disruption, demographic disruption, climate disruption, cyber risk disruption, and the biggest disruption of them all is Taylor Swift engagement. Nag-aasawa na lang. Alam mo siya lang, ito pa, BTS, bumalik na. Alam niyo, itong gera sa Middle East, hindi lang natin napapansin, hindi lang ito analyze case. Ito po ngayon ay naging laboratory experiment ng the First World War for cyber warfare na technology ng gamit. Experiment na yan, drone dito, drone there, kung ano-ano, stealth. Number 2, technology disruption. Tignan niyo po itong graph na to ha. Magmula nung na-invent yung steam engine, mechanical age, napunta kay Thomas Edison, bumbilya, electrical age, napakatagal. Magmula po yung electrical age, napunta ngayon sa personal computer, matagal din. Magmula nung digital age, napunta sa internet, social media, paiksi na paiksi. At mula nung connected age, napunta tayo sa intelligence age, we are now living in what is called the intelligence economy. Alam niyo ba yung artificial intelligence doubles every 2 to 3 months in capacity. Sino pong gumagamit ng artificial intelligence? Huwag po kayong matakot sa AI. Matakot po na mapapag-iwanan tayo. Learn about it. So, I don't blame you. Eh bakit naman? Kasi naman, yung mga dating instrumento ginagamit natin, wala nang saysay. Tingnan na natin kung naalala nyo kung ano yung tawag dito sa mga instrumentong to at yan. Rotary. Sikat, alamos na. Babalik na yan. Babalik na yan sa mga Generation Alpha. Kaya nga yung research paper, binigay ko kay Butch Jimenez na COO ngayon ng PLDT Smart. Sabi ko sa kanya, yung Gen Alpha, pero baguhin mo yung kulay, ibahin mo yung shape. Bakit? Para sa mga Generation Alpha, bago yan. At ayaw na nila na masyadong complicated ang smartphone. Eto naman, ano po to? Alam niyo ho ba, nag-aral ako ng typing class sa Raon in preparation for college. Alam niyo ho ba kung ano yung naging final score ko sa typing sa college? 99. You can put a blindfold on me and I can draft and type a draft for you fast with 10 functional fingers. Pero kapag nakakakita ko ng mga bata, 4 na daliri lang ang gamit, mabilis pa sa akin, gusto kong patayin yung mga bata. Next, ano to? Hindi na alam, ano? Cash register yan. See? Now, let me talk to you. Nadidisrupt eh. Pag bagong teknolohiya, nadidisrupt. Alam niyo, pwede mo ba ako bumaba? Alam niyo ba kung ano yung pinakamatinding giyera ngayon sa technology? Kaya mga yan, wala na yan. Ang pinakamalaking giyera yun, salamin. 3 years ago ko pag kinukwento yan. The future competition will be face computers. Bakit? Ako po yung nagsusuot ng AI. Hindi ako takot. Excited na ako mag-aral. If you don't believe me, let me ask your permission. Will you allow me to take your photo? Pwede? Makukuha kayo dyan, ha? Look at my glasses. Hey, Meta. Hey, Meta. Take photo. Ay, ulit. Hey, Meta. Ayaw gumana dun sa mga hindi nagbabayad. Ulit. Dito. Meta. Hey, Meta. Take photo. What? One more time. Kasi sila may mga nasa likod ka. Hey, Meta. Hey, Meta. Hey, Meta. Again, this is signal. Hey, Meta. Take video. Pwede na po kayo city video. Hey, Meta. Stop video. Pwede ko po ngayon i-live stream yung nangyayari ngayon sa Facebook page ko. Pero hindi ko gagawin, siyempre privacy. Mahuhuli mga hindi nagbayad. Ano po yung demographic disruption? Let me talk to you about demographic disruption. Sabi po ng mga experts, demographics is drama in slow motion. Anong ibig sabihin niya? I belong to the boomer generation. Sino yung mga boomer generation? Ito mga boomers na ito yung mga pinanganak between 1946 to 1960. Sino mga kabatchmate ko dito? Yan. Batang yan. Okay. Ano po ang next generation? Yung mga boomer, karamihan sa kanila, mga chairman, mga emeritus, di ba? Pag-check na ng record nila sa membership kung meron na. Ano ang next generation? Generation X. Ang mga Generation X, ito ang pinaganak 1960 to 1980. Marami na. If you belong to Generation X, your generation is the most difficult generation to manage. Ask me why. You are the most suspicious generation of them all. If you don't believe me, question. Ano po yung kinukwento ng mga sikat na mga experts na mayroong sikat na American television series na favorite ng Gen X kaya nagpapahiwatig na sila'y suspicious? Can anybody guess? Anong television series? You don't have time, ha? Paki-play na yung soundtrack. Itong two. Kaya nga kayo suspicious eh. Para doon sa mga hindi Gen X, panuuri na yung mga Gen X kung paano sila mag-usap. Kung magtiwala din sa ano naman po ang next generation after Gen X? Gen Y. Yan yung Y. No? Ito po yung mga millennials. Pinanganak 1980 to year 2000, pinakamalaki yan. Taas naman eh. Yan. Meron po ako dalawang bagay babahagi sa inyo. Yung isa exciting, yung isa hindi. Anong gusto nyo unahin ko? Ang exciting news, millennials are now in strategic positions for leadership. Kayo na yan eh. You want the other news? Millennials are getting old. Ano naman po ang next generation after Gen Y? Gen Z. Ito, 1922, 1995 onward. Sino Gen Z dito? Taas ang kamay. Ito kukonti. Watch me. Sabi ng mga experts, Gen Z will be the most educated, intelligent, and the most tech-savvy generation ever. Wait! Ika nga ng kaibigan natin, there's more. Wait. They, Gen Z, are the most emotional generation ever.
No.
Pag napagalitan mo yan, I'm out of here. Napagalitan ng boss, mental health, di ba? Yung may patunay. Hey, ito kami. Kayong mga hindi Gen Z, huwag na huwag niyong sasabihin niya sa mga batang yan, nung panahon namin, cancel ka na, cancel. Alam mo, hanggang ngayon, meron pa akong kausap na mga may edad na, sabi sa akin, Bertie, kwento mo nga, explain mo. Sabi ko, bakit ko? Sabi ko, dami talaga ng mga bata. Sabi ko, bakit? Yes, depression, kalokohan yan. Nung panahon namin, wala naman depression. Sabi ko, sir, mali po kayo. Nung panahon nyo, depressed ka na. Hindi mo lang alam ang tawag. Pero pa isa, paano ba? Kasi may mga tao talagang batang-batang tingnan, hindi mo halata kung ano yung demographics. Paano mo malalaman kung millennial yan o Gen Z? Nung bagong pasok ka lang sa Gen Z, pinag-aralan ko yan eh. Alam mo kung ano ang pagkakaiba? Malalaman mo Gen Z yan? Medyas. Ang Gen Z mahilig sa cruisak yan. Ayaw nila ng no sisak, yung bitin, nakita yung binti, ayaw nila yan. Yung problema, yung mga matatanda, ginagaya yung mga bata, yung bata ayaw gumaya sa matanda. Kaya yung millennials nagsuod din. Sa sobrang talino ng mga Gen Z na yan, mag-iimbento kami ng isang bagay na mahirap kopyahin. Ano yan? Tank tops. Kasi naman, pag iniinit mo, ito yung itsura. Nakakatuwa yung mga Gen Z. Kanina marami akong kuhang retrato with the Gen Z. Nakapost na. Pinakita ko na sa YouTube channel ko, ano? Ha? Oh. What are you waiting for? Click here and subscribe. Yung mga bata, mabilis eh. Yung mga may edad, kailangan remind ko pa eh. Grabe yung mga Gen Z na yan. I'm a Gen Z fan. Tapos na ako sa Gen Y. 20 years ko na tinatrain ng mga yan eh. Mga galing ng mga yan. Nakatuto ko na yun ako sa Gen Z. Ang galing ng mga Gen Z. Pero mahina lang ang kanilang mga emotions. Let me give you a summary. Look at the demographic disruption. Gen Z today are 14 to 29 years old. Millennials today are now 30 to 45 years old. Gen X today are 45 to 61 years old. Boomers today are 62 to 80 years old. And by the way, sino sa inyo may mga anak ng Gen Z? May mga tao sa Gen Z? Yan. Huwag kayong matapos sa tinatawag natin Gen Z stare. Pagkausap mo, hindi sasagutin na ako. Galit na galit ko sa matandang manager. Francis, ba't ang babastos nila? Tinititigil na ako ng ganyan, hindi sumasagot. Ako, sir, hindi sila bastos. Mabagal lang ang loading. Pero bakit? Hindi na sila sanay makipag-usap sa tao. Lagi nasa screen. Magkakatabi, nag-group chat pa. Kausapin mo na lang. Hindi tinanong ko yung bata. Ba't ayaw mong kausapin nga? Sir, nakakatakot po makipag-usap. Anong nakakatakot dyan? Kasi sir, pag nagsalita ka, hindi mo ma-edit. Kung itong mga Gen Z na to, if we can train them to communicate well, hindi matakot sa tao, magkaroon ng people skills. Cooperative is a lot of people skills, isn't it? Grabe ang magagawa nila. Kaya kailangan matuto pa humarap sa tao eh. Kabibigay ko lang na seminar, may lumapit sa akin, ganda-ganda niya, tangkat-tangkat, beauty queen, maginis. But Sir Francis, I just don't like people. What should I do? Sabi ko, get another life. Would you like to work for St. Peter's Chapel? I can recommend you there. Walang tao din. Oh, Generation Alpha will be joining the workforce within the next 4 to 5 years. Nakatutok na ngayon ako sa mga Alpha. Winaward ngayon ako ng mga principals eh. You know what? I still do what I do. Purpose ko eh. For more than 30 plus years, I still go to school. I still train the young kids, parents, and teachers. At hindi po ako nag-charge ever since. Pero ito may bayad po. Ito, baka makalimutan eh. So, tuwa-tuwa sa akin yung mga bata. Bakit? Sino sa inyo may mga anak na Gen Alpha? Nasa naman. Sa ngayon, yung iba sa kanila, nasa singing toilets, kipilido pa, Roblox, pansinin mo yung mga Gen Alpha. Pag sila'y namumulit, gusto niya bilang mo sila ng Nintendo Switch, cellphone, hindi katulad ng mga previous generation, guguluhin ka lang. Nag-build na sila ng business case para ipakita sa iyo kung bakit kailangan bilang mo sila. Yan, ibang mundo na naman yan. Inaaral ko na. Sabi ng isang nanay sa akin, ay Sir Francis, totoo po yan. Sabi ng anak ko, Ma, ito yung plano ko. Bilan mo naman ako ng computer para maging reality yung plano ko. Anong plano mo? Top of my list. Tapos, yung lahat ng ibang kikitain ko, ang service na lang sa iba. Tamang mali, di ba? Sabi ko, huwag mong pagalitan. Pinakita ngayon sa nanay niya yung research niya sa electric Ferrari, pinakita yung research. Sabi ko sa kanya, turuan mo naman sila. Number one, logic. Yung kotse, pag pinirmahan mo, hindi mo pa nilalabas, depreciated na agad yan. Pangalawa, anong gamit ng Ferrari sa EDSA? Patabuhin mo. Pangatlo, unahin mo kaya. Unahin mo muna yung servisyo sa iba. Pag kumita ka, hobby mo, pinig mo yun eh. You can afford. Then you buy. Balikin mo. Eh bakit? Nakita na rin ng mga bata yung values ng mga matatanda. Kailangan yung kotse nila may palong. Hindi sapat na meron kang dalawang luxury car. Nagkakaroon tayo ng mga Nepo baby. Kaya isa sa mga pinakamagandang practice ng cooperatives is to instill and train values to the next generation as well. But be positive, do not be pessimistic. Ako, hindi ako nawawala ng hope eh. Bakit? Eh kasi naman, ang tao nawawala na ng pag-asa, wala ka namang makikita ng opportunity. Kaya may mga kilala ako mga businessmen na, problema sa Pilipinas, ganyan. Sabi ko, ba't nandito ka? Ayaw mo na dito, puro China ka lang, uwi ka na lang kaya sa China. Kaya nga tayo nandito para pagandahin at para magkaroon tayo ng abundance sa community natin, di ba? It's not that eh. Kaya ako, hindi ako nawawala ng pag-asa. Kayo kaya? Are you hopeful?
Yes.
Dito pa lang sa malayo, sanay na ako dyan. Ito lang bilang ginagawa ko. Isang tingin ko lang sa audience, kilala ko na kung sino yung mga hopeful sa kanila at sino yung mga walang-wawalan ng pag-asa. Would you like me to say, mga ano? Yung mga hopeful na yan, kahit malayo, kita ka yan. Yung mga nawawalan ng pag-asa, nagiging miserable. Diba? Paano? Malayo pa lang, kita ko na sila. Mukha silang pasas. Alam mo yung mga pasas? Raise up your right hand. Top to shoulder person to your right. Look at that person and say, buti na lang, hindi ka mukhang pasas. Kaliwang kamay naman ka. Kaliwang kamay. Top to shoulder person to your left. Look at that person and say, buti na lang, mukha kang uban. Roblox, Gen Alpha. Alam mo kung bakit mahal na mahal naman mga Gen Alpha? Ipapasok sa eskwela. Nagbigay ko ng commencement speech eh. Wala pa yatang 5 days ago. Yan, nasa YouTube. Subscribe kayo. Pinatayo ko lahat. 1,000 ng mga K-11, K-12 sa mga graduate. Sabi ko, ito. Akala nyo, hindi ko alam yung mundo nyo. Everybody do what I do. Kopyahin niyo ko. If you understand this, you do it. If not, manood ko lang kayo. Ito na ha.
Take 7.
Kita mo yung mga bata lang sa miss. Alam ko eh. 6, 7. Anything invented between when you're age 15 and 35 is exciting because you can make a career out of it. Anything invented after age 35 is against the natural order of things. That's why mentoring now is a two-way street. Trust me, we have to learn from the young. Next demographic is climate change. May mga warning pa sila. Rainy days will begin next week. Well, alam mo yung super typhoon ng araw, nangyayari ng mga once every 4 to 5 years. Ngayon, lahat ng typhoon super. Next, cyber risk, terrorism. Wala yan, that is a risk. Umakit na ngayon. Sino pa sa inyo nakakatanggap ng scam message araw-araw? Ano naman? Yan. Tanggalin po natin sa utak natin na yung mga kriminal na yan ay nakahudi sa isang madilim na lugar, nakahack. Organize na sila ngayon. Kaya yung mga scammer organized na. Hindi po ako magtataka, they might send me an invitation to conduct a leadership seminar. Cyberism, terrorism. So, all organizations today may be someone na lang. Are you guys still okay? Yes! Lahat po ng organization ngayon, they have to follow this. One, they have to be agile. They have to be adaptive. They have to be flexible. They have to be a learning organization. At yan, no? Tignan mo yung flexibility. Yan. Oh. And they have to be a credible organization. Bakit? Look at me now. I have never seen the level of trust in the country so low as today. Nobody trusts the government. They don't trust institutions. They don't trust anything, lalo-lalo na yung mga batang yan. Hindi po ako natatakot sa mga millennial. Natatakot ako sa mga Gen Z yan. History teaches us. Yung mga Gen Z, pag nagalit, sila ang napa-overturn ng government sa Nepal. Sila rin ang nag-show up. Kaya yung dalawang kandidato na wala sa pulse survey, wala sa social weather survey, nanalo ng dalawang seats sa Senate. Ibang klase yung mga batang yan, pero wala silang tiwala. And that's the reason why, as responsible leaders in the cooperative, the one thing we should do is to understand the young people are watching this. Lahat ng ating ginagawa should be based on credibility and trust. So, the world has changed heavily. Disruption does not just create losers. Disruption creates space for those who are paying attention. Think about what is actually happening in the global economy. Big corporations are losing trust. Yung mga Facebook, yung mga Google yan, nawawala ng trust ng mga bata. Commencement speech. Pag may nagsasalita sa harap ng mga estudyante, pagkatapos binibita pa nila yung AI, binubuo. Binubuo sila kasi yung mga AI ang nagtatakuha ng mga trabaho ng mga bata. Social media is fragmented. Communities are feeling abandoned by institutions that grew too large to remember them. People are hungry and are desperately hungry for something that feels like home. Something local. Something honest. Something built by people who actually know them. You know what that is? That's you. And you live it. Because cannot engage people with that kind of trust the way you do. The cooperative is the original community-owned, member-driven, locally rooted business model. And so, ang ginagawa niyo for 60 years is what the conglomerates would want to do sana, and they're willing to pay billions. Why? Business today is all about building communities. Pag wala kang community, wala kang benta. Nung araw kasi, advertise ka, palakihan ng pera, tapos para ka may shotgun to shoot a mosquito, yung bibili sa'yo, tsamba. Ngayon, business now happens within the community. Hindi ko na po kukwento itong billionaire na negosyante natin na siya po ang may dominant player in the air conditioning business. Sabi naman na sa ating Francis, ano pa ba ang dapat kong gawin para maging personal brand itong aircon ko para ma-develop yung community? They're willing to pay money to get what you already are doing. Trust is the new currency in a low-attention economy. You have something that the Makati Business District in our Philippine Stock Exchange cannot acquire. That is trust. You're too quiet. Nervous ako. Raise up your right hand. Up the shoulder person to your right. Look at that person and say, mukha ka naman pwedeng pagkatiwala. Kaliwang kamay naman. Up the shoulder. Look at that person and say, yan ang akala mo. Number 2. The strength of cooperatives is their closeness to the people they serve. Am I right? In an age when capital can move in seconds, in institutions that are tied to a place become more valuable. Number 3, your advantage is your purpose. Cooperatives were founded on values. Voluntary membership, democratic control, member economic participation, autonomy, education, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for the community. Yan ang purpose eh. These are not marketing slogans. Yan yung DNA nyo. Kaya kanina, when I was listening to Sir of CDA, binabalik ulit tayo eh, dito sa what cooperatives are supposed to be. And aren't you happy you have him na galing po sa inyo who understands it? Purpose-driven institutions, when they live their purpose, outperform purposeless institutions over time. So the question is not whether cooperatives have an advantage, because you already do. The question is whether the leaders in this room will be brave enough to claim that advantage in the new era, or whether you will allow your cooperatives to slowly become smaller versions of something that is not within your DNA. This brings me to one of the questions I want us to sit with throughout this morning. And I'm going to ask this gently because I respect what you have built. Very sensitive na question. As your cooperative grow bigger and larger, has it remained a cooperative? Or has it begun to look more like a corporation in cooperative slogan and growth? I'm not accusing anyone. I'm just asking everyone, including the most successful cooperatives in this room, especially the most successful ones. Success is a way of quietly changing the institutions it touches. Kaya importante yung talagang intentional ka. Hindi purpose, ito yung purpose natin. I don't know. Galing din naman ako sa, hindi naman mayaman yung pamilya namin, galing sa hirap, talagang birahan. Sino tiga-Davao rin ito ka sa mga? Davao? O, kukwento ko sa inyo ha. Ang unang trabaho ko sa garment, hindi naman glamorous eh. Tagabihis ako ng mannequin ng show window. At isa lang ang binibihisan ko rito sa Davao, Phil Chris. Phil Chris Ilustre, Salas, Magsaysay, Bolton, ito yun eh, nung araw. So, hindi kami privileged as a family in terms of wealth, but you work hard. Ito napansin ko. Walang problema kung medyo challenge ang isang tao sa kalagayan na sa buhay. Ang laki ng problema pag umasenso at lumaki yung tao yan. Nagbabago eh. Pinapansin ko yun? Wala naman siguro yung mga ghost project na nag-umpisa sila na pag-gising sa umaga, magnanakaw ako ngayon. Pero yung konting-konting lumalaki at hindi mo nirendahan yung purpose mo, magiging ibang pagkatao eh. Buti na lang, hindi kayo ganyan. Raise up your left hand. Tap to shoulder person to your left. Look at that person and say, buti na lang, hindi ka ganyan.
Hindi ka ganyan.
Kanan
Ikaw, hindi ka ganyan.
Tap to shoulder person to your right. Look at that person and say, kaya huwag kang forma na forma. If the leaders have changed, oh my goodness, this is the oras. And so, if the leaders have changed, change always begins with mind. Pagbabago ng mga tayo. Pero, re-rendahan na yan. Ano ba talaga ang purpose natin? Is it to look successful like those giant big corporations out there na nakikita natin? No. And so, here's what I'd like you to consider, the following. Pag-ibigisan ko na lang po ito. Are you guys okay?
Yes.
Most importantly, learning.
Yes.
Are you learning?
Yes.
Yes!
Raise up your right hand. Tap the shoulder, person to your right. Look at that person and say, grabe, ang dami ko nang natutunan. Kaliwang kamay naman, tap the shoulder. Look at that person and say, kahit wala akong naintindihan. I'd like all of you, starting today, to be wise. Not just to be intelligent. Intelligence, kailangan niya knowledge. Today, knowledge is cheap. Kahit saan ka magpunta, marami kang makuha knowledge. Warning ha, sa mga anak nyo, saka sa mga miyembro ng bata, itatrade niyo yung mga yan. Kasi kung saan sila kumukuha ng knowledge May mga fix sa YouTube, saka TikTok. Aba, yung isang sikat na speaker, sabi ba naman niya, if you are not happy with your job, you should quit your job. Because you do not deserve unhappiness. Buisit niya. Sabi naman nung isa, hindi na kailangan ng diploma. Discarte lang. Responsibility natin yan kung magkaroon siya ng brain tumor, magpapa-opera pa siya sa isang brain surgeon na walang diploma pero magaling yung discarte. Why? Ito yung nakakatuwa. Inaral ko ito Bakit pa sa Biblia, tatlong termo ginagamit ka? Knowledge, understanding, wisdom. Ni-research ko yan. Hindi pala pareho. Knowledge is the accumulation of information and data you store in your human computer called the brain. Understanding is the processing of the data. Na-eradicate mo yung mga knowledge na hindi mo kailangan, nakakasira, pero gagamitin mo yung mga tama. Wisdom is the application of which. We are now living in the world of AI. What's the meaning of AI? Louder. Ano yung sabihin ng AI? Do not be afraid of artificial intelligence. We should be afraid of natural stupidity. Ang AI, artificial pa rin yan. We need to be wise. What's the difference? Let me give you the difference. In order to be agile, we have to shift what is called binary thinking, either this or this one, into, ang tawag ko dito ngayon, from the either or thinking to the both and thinking. From binary thinking into a dialectic thinking. For example, either or thinking. We must choose tradition. Matagal na, 60 years na tayo. Or should... Sisirain mo na ngayon ang buhay ng anak mo. Lumaki. Naging ba na yung identity? Nasira. So they are humble about what they did not build. Your job is not to claim it as yours. Your job is to grow it. Protect it. Pass it on better than you found it. Third, a steward measures success not by what they accomplish, but by what survives them. Sabi nga ng iba, legacy. A manager wants to see results during their tenure. A steward wants to see an institution that is stronger than 50 years later than when they first got it. The horizon is different. The character is different. The legacy is different. Legacy is not what you leave behind. No, mali. Legacy is what you build while you are here. Kaya pag tinatanong ko, ano ang legacy mo? Sabi ko, bakit? Pinakahanda mo na ba yung obituary ko? Sabi ko, I never think about what I will leave behind. I always think about what I'm building now. Pag wala na ako, bibigyan nila ako ng legacy o hindi, business na nila yan. It's not my business. If you are a cooperative leader, your legacy is this institution that outlives you. It is the staff you've developed who now meet well because you taught them well. It is the members whose lives are better because your cooperative was in their barangay, in their community. It is the next generation of cooperative leaders who learn from your example and who will lead this movement into 2086 because you handed to them in the better shape than when you first received it. The legacy that matters is the cooperative that is still standing and still recognizable as a cooperative 60 years after you are gone. So I'm going to close with questions I want to leave you. One, what kind of cooperative will still matter in 2086? They will be the cooperatives that expanded and honored the cooperative's principle. They will be the cooperatives that serve more members and make every member's life measurably better. Their balance sheets and their members' lives move upward together, not one at the expense of the other. They will be the cooperatives that were led by stewards, not just by managers. So, how do we do this? Practical ways. One, keep learning. Videos. Wala nang ibang way para labanan o kaya makinsabay sa AI unless you're curious and you keep on learning. Number two, honesty. Ask the hard questions in your boardroom before someone else asks them in a newspaper tabloid interview. Be honest about the drift. Be honest about ethics. 3, discipline. Turo din natin ito sa mga anak, ha? Hard now, easy later. Easy now, hard later. Discipline yan eh. 4, people. Know your members, know your staff, know your community. And lastly, stewardship. Remember what you can. Sum it all. What do you find? Ito po. This is no rocket science. You can apply all these principles anywhere. But you will begin to understand, ito na po ang summary. Leadership begins with you, but it's not about you. Correct? Raise up your right hand. Dito tayo pumawa. Tap the shoulder person to your right. Look at that person intently and say, leadership begins with you.
Leadership begins with you.
Relax. Dalawang kamay. Look at the other person intently. And then say the following, nobody but you. Maraming salamat.